Greetings. Welcome to my very first reading wrap-up video. I'm pretty excited to film this, so I'm just going to jump right into it. In the month of January, I read 2 books, which came to a total of 404 pages. When it comes to genres, I read 1 children's/middle grade fantasy and 1 screenplay. I gave 1 book 4 stars and 1 book 2 stars. The first book that I finished was Alice's Adventures in Wonderland by Lewis Carroll. I actually listened to the audiobook for this one, so I don't have the physical copy, but I do have the picture that comes with the audiobook. So, it right there. I was expecting to love this book because I love the animated Alice in Wonderland movie, and I like the live action one a good amount. But I did not like the book. I'm not gonna go into a summary of what the book is about because I'm pretty sure everyone knows what Alice in Wonderland is. So I'm not gonna waste my time describing it. But there were too many disconnects between the book and the movie for me to enjoy it. So it was kind of a mix of disconnects. There were scenes in the book that were not in the movie, and then there were scenes in the movie that were not in the book, and then the scenes that were in the movie that were in the book were very short-lived, and I wish that they took up more of the book. There were certain scenes, for example, with Tweedledee and Tweedledum, their scene lasted 3 pages, and I really wish that it lasted longer so that it was more like the movie. Honestly, the only part of the book that I really enjoyed was the beginning until the time when she goes through the little door in the room that she's in. After that, it was just not for me. So I ended up giving it a 2 out of 5 stars. The second book that I finished was the screenplay, and it was Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald by J.K. Rowling. This is the second one in the series, and apparently there's going to be 3 more, so hopefully they will come out soon because I like this series. This isn't a novel, it isn't a regular book, because it's just the screenplay to the movie, which I haven't watched either of the movies, and I really need to. But this follows Newt Scamander. I don't know how to pronounce his name, and I feel like I'm gonna look like a poser, but it follows him as he is looking for Credence from the first movie, and Grindelwald, who is I don't want to say that he's the earlier version of Voldemort, because they do have a lot of differences, but he is very similar to Voldemort in the Harry Potter series, and he's very powerful and very... Get off the wall! Sorry, my cat feels the need to climb doorways. Anyways. But he's a very powerful and evil wizard who wants to rule the world with pureblood wizards and rule over non-magical people. And he's just overall not a good guy. And in this movie, he has escaped imprisonment and he's rallying up his people, and he is also looking for Credence because Credence is very powerful. And Credence is trying to figure out who he really is. So I liked this one more than the first one, which is just Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Because in the first one, everyone in it is a new character. So you're being introduced to all these new characters, and it's a little overwhelming. But with this one, you already know the characters, so you already feel a connection to them, and seeing them again, it's like, I was gonna say like seeing an old friend, but that sounds like really sad. Uh, so it just feels better than like learning a bunch of new characters. Like just being reintroduced to characters that you already know, in my opinion, just makes it a better read because you're like, oh god, who's this? Who's that? Like, what do they have to do with these other people? So just knowing everyone already makes it easier to read. I did only give it a 4 out of 5 stars, and there are 2 reasons that it didn't get a 5. One, it is a screenplay. If they had made this into a novel, like the Harry Potter series, then it definitely would have gotten a 5 out of 5 because I really do love the story, and I'm invested in it. And then 2, it's not Harry Potter. Harry Potter, to me, and to a lot of other people, I'm not special, is way up there. It's like top notch, like so important, so good, yada yada. So even though this is in the same universe as Harry Potter, and this one actually does have a couple of short scenes take place in Hogwarts, it just will never live up to the Harry Potter standards. So it did get a 4 out of 5, so I did love it, but once again, Harry Potter is just top notch. So, for those of you who watched my last video, you might be a little confused because in that video I talked about 2 books that I was reading at that time. And neither of those books are in this wrap-up. Well, that's because I suck. I'm still reading those books right now. Those books are The Pact by Jodi Picoult and Let the Right One In by Jean-David Lindqvist. I learned how to pronounce his name, but I probably still butchered it because it's Swedish, so it's a little difficult. According to Goodreads, I am 65% through this one and 35% through this one. I started reading them in the beginning of December, I think, so it's already taken me 2 months to get to the point that I am now, which is a little embarrassing, but I'm going to make myself finish them this month so that they can be in my February wrap-up video. And I'm also hoping to read 1, maybe 2 other books this month, so hopefully I can accomplish that. I know that finishing 2 books in 1 month may not seem like a lot because most of the people who make these videos, they finish at least 9 books in a month. But last year in total, I only read 2 or 3 books. So the fact that I finished 2 books and was also reading 2 other books in the span of a month, it's a pretty big deal to me. I am gonna try to read more books over the next coming months so that all of my reading wrap-up videos aren't just like, hey guys, I read this 1 book, because then there's just no point in making the video. So yeah, I'm going to spend a lot of time and dedication on reading and finishing books this year, so I'm really looking forward to it. And I hope that somebody likes this video, and I hope that it will encourage other people to read, because me watching these types of videos has encouraged me to read so much. And it's also given me tons of book recommendations, so I hope that my videos can give people book recommendations. So yeah, at this point I'm just rambling, and I'm gonna stop the video, so I probably won't make another regular video until March. So stay tuned for my February reading wrap up in the first week of March. So, peace out.